I play piano. Now that was my opportunity to experience that, but whether you play bass, whether you play guitar, acoustic, electric, I was just talking to a guy, who's the other, Bradford, is that what it's Bradford? Ah, that's right. He was watching our acoustic practice and thinking, oh man, I wish I was playing, because I just love playing electric guitar for acoustic sets. Now, go figure that, right? But he's like, I have the sounds, they're all set up on my board, I don't know why nobody asked me to play.
Unfortunately, we didn't have him in the set
I
today,
know.
so we apologize about that.
I know the feeling of being left out, but there's only so much room. But it was just neat to hear he's got that in his musical personality, and you just want to express it. Especially in these environments where you're kind of creating things in the moment. So I want to encourage you to let your personality shine through your instrument. Go after that. And if you're a worship leader, you got to call that out of your people. Don't just be like, oh, we're going to sound like Chris Tomlin. Everybody match the album. Who are the people in your band? How about sound like them, right? Yeah. And find that. So I just want to encourage you in that. I'm preaching now. I'm preaching. Okay, let's talk a little, Adam and Jason and George, about memorizing music. Like, let's see if we got any ideas of how we can help people internalize music. Any thoughts? Jason, you're nodding, so why don't you start?
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of go off what you were saying.
Okay.
You know, there's that Ryan Dahl feel on the keyboard, and I'm sure that doesn't happen just on a Sunday morning. You're at home, like you said, you candle, you put some mood lighting in, and you're practicing worship. It's not rehearsal. You're practicing, not even practicing. You're worshiping the Lord during that time. And I found, during that time, I'll just be on the keyboard and I'll be playing a chord progression, start into a song. You know, I have some idea of what those lyrics are. I'll be honest. I mean, I write an app for this. There's an app for that. But for me, in order to worship in front of all of you, especially with lyrics, I need to memorize some of that stuff, you know, and that happens usually a little bit on my keyboard at home. Most of the time, it's in the car while I'm driving to work, and people look at me like, what is that guy yelling about in the car? And I'm just raising a hallelujah there, driving through the red light, you know. So I do memorize a little bit. And there was that tricky walk, you know, in one of the songs we did today, and I couldn't get it just looking at the chart. I'm like, I need to get this, you know, not just in here, but in my heart, and then I can play it too. So yeah, definitely, I feel, you know, these tools are good for practice, but you do need to get at least a little handle on what you're singing about and get it.
George, do you have any more thoughts that way?
Yeah, I think about it as, how does a song move through me as a process? So it goes in the ear, I got to get it in my head. What's its structure? What's that? What are the lyrics? Then in my heart, because that's the part that you want to express. What the idea, the lyrics, and you want to be able to worship on stage and not be glued to the page. Then the next thing, as an electric player, I got to get it under my hands as it moves through me. And because I'm an electric player and I cannot do a song just on one patch, I then got to get it under my feet. And so how does that song move through me as a process? And that, like Jason said, it begins listening to the set list, getting the songs in the ear, in your head, in your heart. And then by that point, the rest gets a little bit easier because you've internalized it.
Yeah. Adam, you're a drummer, right?
Yeah.
So you don't think of 1, 4, 6. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's all one chord. But
riveting.
What's it like as a drummer, you know, internalizing a song?
Yeah, it's just, you have to listen to it and then take time to, like we were all just talking about, adding kind of your own thing to it. I will just add one thing. To get to the point where I think where you can get off the page, you do have to be well acquainted, familiarized, prepared. And I think I've played with leaders that they have an expectation of that, but then once you show up to the rehearsal, you know, we're starting from square one, we're gonna all listen to the recording together, you know, there's kind of this like, you know, please prepare, but if you didn't, that's fine, because we're all gonna start from the top, or from the bottom. And I think that's always a challenge for me as someone who always shows up prepared or likes to. It's kind of just like, oh man, next time I'm with this leader, I'm probably not going to listen to the track. I'm not going to prepare because we know we're going to start from nothing. So that's just encouragement, I think, to really value your band's time, and I think then they might show up with a little more preparation.
Beautiful. Well, I just want you all to know that it's incredibly exciting leading worship like this off the page. It's also terrifying. I woke up this morning, the I Exalt Thee that we ended with, I was going to key change the third song, go to F, and I had all these other ideas, and I was like 4 a.m. I thought, I can't do that. And then I Exalt Thee, I remembered Lauren Daigle led a concert like that, and I was like, that was amazing. Like, maybe I could learn from that and have an experience. So we just created our own kind of thing. But then we came to practice, and I was like, are they going to follow? Is it going to work? But I just invite you into that terrifying experience of, right? And let's do it. Let's give each other grace and be ourselves as we lead worship. So I encourage you in that. Thanks all you guys for good input. Very good.
Thank you guys, amazing. All right, breakouts. They are starting in 10 minutes at 10:20. So go to your room quickly. They're gonna go from 10:20. The next session here starts at 11:20. All right, so we'll be back here at 11:20. The QR code has been updated. If you want to scan that, make sure you get all the updated information. Have a great breakout. We'll see you soon.